Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The invaders have a problem, and that is the Junta in Niger has a lot of supporters. So, what are they going to do? And I'm talking about not external supporters, the nation. So, are they going to invade? I don't think so. There is some support from outside as well. I think Burkina Faso is one of them. Said that it will intervene and help Niger if attacked by those guys. I have this article from Reuters, and we'll have at least two pieces of information. Two pieces. One and two. One about how civilians responded to the junta's call, and the other one is the other guys that want to invade at someone else's orders are visiting the capital of Niger to talk. All right, let's see. Reuters reports this today, August 19th, 2023, 1 hour ago. Thousands of Niger junta supporters overwhelm call for civilian volunteers. So these guys come here to fight for the country, for the junta. You got that? All right. Like the revolution from Maidan. Remember that one in Maidan in 2014? When the Ukrainians just spontaneously gathered in Kiev, and then they fought the bad people over there. So let me read you this little article here. All right. So, Niamey. Supporters of Niger's junta were forced, if you just cooperate, forced on Saturday to halt a census of people willing to volunteer for non-military roles in defense against a possible intervention by West African powers, saying they had been overwhelmed by the numbers who turned up. Thousands of mostly men had massed outside a stadium in the capital Niamey hours before the scheduled start time of the event, a sign of the strong support in some quarters for the junta, which has defied international pressure to stand down after the July 26 ouster of President Mohamed Bazoum. So let me show you again this little picture here with, well, they're very young, that's for sure. There they are. Very young. Well, if they want, what can you do? All right. You have to deal with my face now. Sorry. In our calculations and our understanding, we never thought we could mobilize this number of people, said Yanusa Hima, co-organizer of the initiative dubbed the mobilization of young people for the fatherland, end quote. So it is really difficult for us today to do this work. This is what made us halt this census, Hima said by the stadium after the crowds dispersed. So, West African main regional bloc, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, ECOWAS, on Friday said it had agreed an undisclosed D-Day for a possible military intervention if diplomatic efforts fail, an escalation that could further destabilize a conflict-torn and impoverished region. This comes from Reuters, okay? So, all right, says an ECOWAS delegation flew into Niamey, that's how I pronounce it, deal with it, on Saturday to hold talks with the junta, showing that efforts to resolve the standoff peacefully are still underway. Well, when did they do that? Saturday, today. The level of support for the junta across Niger has been hard to assess, but thousands attended a previous rally at the stadium on August 11 and applauded coup leaders' vow to stand up to the bloc. So, what do you think? I don't know if those guys were helped to come over there, they just showed up. Nevertheless, I'm not supporting. I'm not. How do I put it? I don't care what's going on over there. Let's put it straight. Why? Because that's their business. The country, the people of Niger should deal with that. It's not outside forces coming in. And the problem is this: there are so many forces involved over there for the, uranium. I think they have over there. It's just too much. You have French military bases. You have American military bases over there. About what, 2,000 people, both sides, if you add them. And you tell me that that country was free and independent, and those guys had nothing to say about how things are ran over there. I want these guys to be free. I want them to be clearly independent, but they will not let it. Why? Because that's the sin. I made a video earlier, and I said Niger's sin is resources. I think uranium is that what they have, and France runs on uranium. So no, I will be. The Americans and the French don't give a shit who is in charge over there and who does the hanky panky and who's doing what. They don't care. As long as those guys let them suck dry the resources of that country. That's happened before, happens now, will happen in the future. So these guys in Niger should be upset with their own people and their own, how should I put it, limitations in this department, where they have to really sell their resources to these guys. But I'm not saying they should sell it to someone else. They should sell it to the world and get a profit out of it and build their society and put it, in okay. It's like 40% of the population is in poverty. I think the latest on the bottom of this right here, the coup and subsequent international sanctions have piled extra pressure on Niger's struggling economy. It is one of the world's least developed countries, with more than 40% of the population living in extreme poverty, according to the World Bank. And they have those massive resources over there, supposedly the fantastic and good quality. And they're in poverty. What does that tell you? Is that right? No, it's not right. Obviously, it's not right. So it's their problem, but you have too much foreign influence over there. And be free, be independent, fight for it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.